'Tis better to have loved and lost, than never to have loved at all. I am a part of all that I have met. Knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. The happiness of a man in this life does not consist in the absence, but in the mastery of his passions. In the spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of love. Self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control, these three alone lead one to sovereign power. My strength is as the strength of 10 because my heart is pure. There lives more faith in honest doubt, believe me, than in half the creeds. Hope smiles from the threshold of the year to come, whispering it will be happier. The old order changeth, yielding place to new. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Love is the only gold. Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die. Speak to him, for he hears, and spirit with spirit can meet, closer is he than breathing, and nearer than hands and feet. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. The sun, the moon, the stars, the seas, the hills, and the plains are not these, O soul, the vision of him who reigns? If I make the lashes dark and the eyes more bright, and I meet thy gaze with an unchanged face, thy gaze may meet another gaze, another face. Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. All experience is an arch where through gleams that untraveled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. Be near me when my light is low, when the blood creeps, and the nerves prick and tingle. So runs my dream, but what am I? An infant crying in the night, an infant crying for the light, and with no language but a cry. The happiness of a man in this life does not consist in the absence, but in the mastery of his passions. O love, O fire! Once he drew with one long kiss my whole soul through my lips, as sunlight drinketh dew. A man had given all other bliss, and all his worldly worth for this. Who loves not knowledge? Who shall rail against her beauty? May she mix with men and prosper. Work on, my laboring brother. Those who work not, shall not eat. Yet, in the wild senseless clash of things, there is gentle fellowship in thee. and men shall walk with angels, and angels with men, and the grave shall open for the good. Never morning wore to evening, but some heart did break. As God's word, which is the life of man, is to the ear, so duty, which is God's word to him, is to the will of man. Fight her till she die under our flag, I say. Be thy mouth or black or white, tooth that poisons if it bite, mastiff or mongrel, grim or gay, so thy heart be right. Ring in the valiant man and free, the larger heart, the kindlier hand, ring out the darkness of the land, ring in the Christ that is to be. Faith unfaithful kept him falsely true. Better 50 years of Europe than a cycle of Cathay. Men at most differ as heaven and earth, but women, worst and best, as heaven and hell. Death closes all, but something array the end, some work of noble note may yet be done. Love is but the shadow of a dream. Self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control, these three alone lead life to sovereign power. It is the little rift within the lute that by and by will make the music mute, and ever widening slowly silence all. My strength is as the strength of 10 because my heart is pure. He makes no friends who never makes a foe. The sea is calm tonight, the tide is full, the moon lies fair upon the straits. Do I regret anything? Not in the least. I burned my candle at both ends, and it gave a lovely light. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk in my garden forever. There's but to do and die. For many a petty king array Arthur Kane ruled in this isle, and ever waging war each upon other, wasted all the land. Knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. The happiness of a man in this life does not consist in the absence, but in the mastery of his passions.